Hello. My name is Fred Flintstone. Perhaps you have heard of me. Professor Gillis has asked me to explain some things to you about ethics. He knows very well that this is a difficult subject and clearly does not have the guts to do it himself. Ethics is more than a model. It is nothing like my theory of black holes. My theory of black holes is reliable. Ethics is soft and squishy, not amenable to formulas at all. Let me start with this. Ethics is, first and foremost, an issue of worldview. As far as the creation of the universe is concerned, I know that the existence of matter is more stable than the existence of nothing. Furthermore, I know that if you have a law of gravity, the universe will essentially create itself. It is all in my book called The Grand Design. I don't need God. Professor Gillis is, on the other hand, a Christian that thinks that God created everything. This affects his view of what is moral or ethical, as my view is also affected by my seeing God as superfluous. But let us imagine a world where we can take a humanistic worldview. This will satisfy no one. The deists will say you can't forget God, and the materialists will say that God is not needed to be moral. That is why Professor Gillis has asked me to make this video. He figures you won't attack a guy like me in a wheelchair, no matter how much I provoke you. Lawrence Kohlberg has been the leading researcher in this field and has come up with 6 levels. Level 1 is an obedience and punishment orientation, or the don't get caught level of ethics, often used by soccer players. Level 2 is an orientation to doing what is right for you and, occasionally, others. This is the level of exchange and reciprocity. Level 3 seeks to be pleasing to others to get their approval, also known as the good boy orientation. It works quite well with university professors. Level 4 seeks to maintain social order, do one's duty, and earn respect from others in the relevant social order. If you have served in the military, you may have come across this. Level 5 is the legalistic orientation. Clear lines and laws are agreed upon and the rules are not broken so as not to violate the welfare of the majority. Those few who fall outside the legalism of this approach are screwed. Level 6 is the highest level. This is conscience of principle. The orientation is toward social rules and principles of choice, based on logic, consistency, and conscience. Whistleblowers often say this was their motivation to point out bad deeds. They usually regret it. This is a very helpful list. However, it falls apart the higher one goes. The disparity of worldviews drives different ideas of what is good for everyone. Still, it is helpful in understanding general ethical behavior and categorizing it. More helpful still would be some general rules for making an ethical decision. Let me give you some guidance there. Dr. Peel's research from 1988 has provided us with 3 helpful rules of thumb. So, if you want to know if the decision you have made is ethical, or you want to know if the decision you will make is ethical, please apply these 3 tests. They are simple tests, even my doctoral candidates can understand them. That was a joke. You are all a bit dim-witted, but I will carry on. The first question you should ask yourself is it legal? The word legal is broader than just the law of the land. It includes the social and cultural laws within an organization. So, is it legal? Have you violated any law? If so, you are on shaky ground. The second test of an ethical decision is to ask whether or not it is balanced. Will it promote long-term as well as short-term benefits for all parties? Is it collaborative and win-win, or is one party the dupe of the other? I wonder, is it ethical for a woman to sell me a car for a competitive price even if the damn thing doesn't run? I admit that I could not drive it even if it did run, but I still feel this represents a lack of balance. This was another attempt at humor. It takes me about 20 seconds of typing per word, so please try to pay attention. The third and final test is the mother test. Would you want your mother to read about what you are going to do in the newspaper? Would she be proud of you, or would she remind you again of how successful your older brother has been without behaving like a villain? So, those are the 6 levels of ethical behavior and 3 tests of an ethical decision. I want to thank Professor Gillis for giving me the opportunity to present to graduate students that are not all arrogant, rich, and spoiled like the ones I have here at Cambridge. Goodbye and good luck.